Leslie was in Grapevine's Saturday night to screen her new movie It Ends With Us.
We're here to show the first like real screening of It Ends With Us to fans.
The movie was shown at the theater at Grapevine Mills exclusively for a few hundred attendees of Book Bonanza.
You'll see like some like maybe tape on the walls and like music that's gonna, the score is not done, things that'll like, tweak and change. By and large, it's the movie you'll see, but please go see it again August 9th because it'll be even better. And we're nervous for you to see it today, but also just so excited because I feel like I can trust that you guys know that it's not totally done, but you'll still really love it.
It was a great Saturday night in Grapevine as fans gathered to see the first real screening of It Ends With Us. We're here to share an exclusive preview of the film with a select group of attendees at Book Bonanza. The movie was shown at the theater inside Grapevine Mills, and only a few hundred lucky fans got to experience it firsthand. You might notice some minor details, like tape on the walls or temporary music, since the final score isn't complete yet. There are still a few tweaks and changes coming before its official release, but this is the core of what you'll see in theaters. Please make sure to watch it again on August 9th because it'll be even better by then. We're feeling a mix of nerves and excitement for you all to see it today, but we trust that you understand it's still a work in progress. Even so, we hope you'll truly love it. Hey friends, it's Katie from Without a Crystal Ball, and welcome back to my channel. Whether you think Blake Lively is a phenomenal actress and completely innocent, or you believe she's a mastermind who manipulated her way into controlling this film, what's undeniable is the newly surfaced video evidence from Book Bonanza in June 2024. In this footage, it's crystal clear that Blake had no interest in sharing the spotlight when it came to the film's creative process. This video, which recently leaked on Reddit, left me absolutely stunned when I first saw it. Based on the timeline, we now know that Blake systematically made changes to the film while also leveraging accusations of misconduct to gain more influence and creative power. Whether or not she ever faces legal consequences or has to compensate Justin Ballon in any way remains to be seen. As someone who creates content and has been involved in Netflix productions, specifically helping to shape a docuseries, I understand. Creative disputes happen all the time. Directors and producers frequently clash over artistic vision, and that's completely normal in this industry. However, what's not normal is completely disregarding and undermining a director's creative direction to serve personal interests. When I worked on Dancing for the Devil, the 7M TikTok cult for Netflix, there were countless directions I could have taken the story. But ultimately, the director had a distinct vision, and respecting that vision was crucial for the final product.
You guys need to go high. This movie means a lot to all of us. And Colleen is the mother. She really is my role here. Well, thank you for seeing it with us.
Thank you for.
I love you all so much. Thank you. I was so excited y'all got to experience this with us. Thank you. And I hope y'all go back and see it again August 9th.
Blake did that for one reason and one.
The series ultimately became a massive hit on Netflix, and in the end, it was the director's vision that propelled both the film and docuseries to incredible success. More than 15 million people watched it, and it reached the #1 spot in 28 different countries. For us, that was what truly mattered. We set aside our differences, every single one of us, to ensure the message came through clearly. That's part of working in the industry, knowing when to put your ego aside. Unfortunately, not everyone can do that. Some people crave the spotlight, needing all the praise and power for themselves. When I saw this footage, it became painfully obvious that Blake was chasing stardom above all else. She wanted the accolades, the influence, and the control. Whether or not she ever faces legal consequences, from a creative standpoint, her actions are completely unethical. She intentionally trampled over someone else's vision, disregarding everything they had worked for, and she did it on purpose. For example, when she screened the film for Colleen Hoover's fans, she made a big deal about the score not being finished. Just one day before she fired the composer, she assured the audience that the music was still in progress. In reality, she didn't even have a composer at that point. The truth was already out there. "Check this out," she told fans. "You'll see a few things like tape on the walls, and the music isn't quite finished. The score isn't done yet. There are still tweaks to be made, but overall, this is the movie you'll be seeing." Then she urged everyone to go watch it again on August 9th, promising it would be even better. She seemed both nervous and excited, saying she trusted fans to understand the film wasn't completely finished, but that they would still love it. When I saw that clip, I was floored. Book Bonanza took place in June, running from June 12th to June 14th. On June 14th, she stood in front of everyone and claimed they were still working on the score. But the reality, there was already a completed, fully paid-for score funded by Wayfair. She flat out lied. Then, on June 17th, she went behind everyone's back and made a unilateral decision to bring in a brand new composer, completely disregarding the original award-winning one. The original composer was dismissed, even though he had already completed the full score, including an expensive orchestral arrangement. The worst part? Blake Lively had absolutely no authority to make that call. Neither Wayfair nor Sony could challenge her decision, despite the major financial burden it placed on them. They had to pay the original composer in full, while also covering the massive cost of hiring someone new so late in the production. So, she screens the film at Book Bonanza with unfinished music, even though a fully completed score was already available. She tells the audience, "We're still working on it," making it seem like things were still in progress. But the moment she gets back home, she fires the original composer. This forced the studio to shell out double for composing costs. To make matters worse, she replaced him with a composer fresh off Deadpool, giving him only 1 week to put together an entirely new score. And the result? The music feels cheesy, like a throwback to 1990s rom-coms where every scene is drowned in a popular hit song. It ends with us. Ended up with nothing original, just a soundtrack patched together from licensed music. It's as if she just took a blank tape, slapped pre-existing tracks onto it, and called it a day. There's no authentic, original score here whatsoever. But what shocked me even more was the audience's reaction after the screening. The way Blake handled the entire situation proves that this was never about the film itself. It was all about her ego. She wanted to cement herself as the true creative force behind it. She even paid for Isabel and Brandon to attend, making sure they only saw her version. Then, she claimed they wouldn't promote the movie unless her cut was the final one. Of course, they hadn't seen any other versions. She even lied, telling everyone that this was the first time anyone had ever watched the film. In reality, her cut had already been screened twice before. Why did she do this? Simple. She wanted Isabel and Brandon in her corner, and she needed Colleen's fans on her side. She went to Book Bonanza, played the hero, and made sure her version was the only one that mattered. And after the screening, she was hugging everyone like she had just won an Oscar, as if this was some Grammy-winning masterpiece. Everyone around her congratulated her like she had single-handedly made this film happen. But imagine being the actual studio, the production company that co-financed this project, the team that hired the cast, built the sets, wrote the scripts, managed the insurance, and handled the entire schedule. Blake was in charge of none of that. Instead, she manipulated her way into securing a Producers Guild of America. "You guys made me cry." That's what Blake Lively said after a screening of a film about domestic violence. But then she also claimed, "I suffer from toxic masculinity." Let's break that down for a second. Toxic masculinity refers to harmful societal expectations and behaviors associated with traditional ideas of manhood. It leads to things like emotional repression, aggression, sexism, and the devaluation of women. It pressures men to hide their emotions, prioritize power, and control and normalize violent or risk-taking behavior. It also promotes the belief that men are entitled to sexual favors and that women should be submissive. Now, Blake Lively, who has publicly claimed she was sexually harassed on this film set, a film that includes a rape attempt and 3 separate instances of violence against a woman, stood in front of an audience and said, "I suffer from toxic masculinity." And yet, she also expects people to believe she was a meek, powerless victim when it came to Justin, that he harassed her, even though she just admitted she embodies the very traits she claims made her a victim. Under her own definition, if she suffers from toxic masculinity, then she believes in entitlement to sex, the rejection of femininity, and the normalization of aggression. So, which is it? Does she truly believe in these things? Or was she just throwing out buzzwords for effect? Either way, her words completely minimize the seriousness of this film and the issues it addresses. Watching her in this clip, it became painfully clear. Her entire complaint is a lie. Every single part of it. And maybe no one else wants to say it, but I will. I'm a survivor of sexual assault, and a lingering kiss is not sexual assault. She claims she's a victim because someone discreetly bit her lip or held onto a kiss for too long in a choreographed scene. Do you know what that does to real survivors? It discredits us, because what we went through wasn't just a momentary kiss or an intense stare. Sexual assault is violent. It's terrifying. It's something that haunts you for years. It's been 18 years for me, and I still think about it. But Blake? She wants people to believe she's a victim because, at the end of the day, this isn't about justice. It's about money. The reality is she only got paid $3 million for this film, and now she's furious that she was cut out of the profits. This lawsuit, it's a way to extort more money out of the project. She wants the payday she thinks she's entitled to. And to get it, she's willing to fabricate whatever story she needs. This film made $350 million, and in her mind, she's owed a cut. If this lawsuit isn't about money, then what's the point? Why file a civil suit at all? Because for her, it's only about the money, and she didn't just lie to the public. She lied to Colleen, she lied to Isabel, she lied to Brandon, she lied to the entire cast, she lied to everyone. Member about this, and she turns people on directors all the time? In fact, when she worked on Savages, she told David Letterman that she turned the entire crew against him and got him shirts that said, "I survived Oliver Stone." I mean, Oliver Stone might be out there, but he's also an award-winning director that's won Academy Awards and has a very distinct creative vision. But she mocked him on David Letterman. She has no respect for authority, and she believes she's entitled to it. She believes her vision is the only vision, and honestly, I've never wanted Justin to go the whole way, but now I want him to literally go the distance and take every last dime from her, all $400 million, because this video ends it all for me. Tell me what your thoughts are in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed, and click the bell so you never miss a video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye guys. Meeps.